Hello everyone, it's Cheryl here from Share Crochet, and today I'm going to make you a delicious recipe I got off of the King Arthur Flower website. I'm going to put the link below so you guys can just follow along with that recipe. It is called an Easter bread wreath, and almost Easter time, so we are going to create this wonderful cake for Easter, and it's probably delicious for your morning coffee on Easter Sunday. So stick around, we're gonna have some fun. The first step in making this cake is to create a starter dough, which I did last night. I used 1 cup of flour, a half a cup of water, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of yeast, and you mixed it all together, put a towel over it, and now we have this beautiful, bubbly science experiment that we're gonna make a cake out of. It's gonna be fantastic. So we're just gonna add all the ingredients back into this bowl, starting with some flour. I need about 2 1/4 cups of flour goes in here. And some sugar, which I have added salt to, and some allspice. This recipe actually calls for star anise, but I didn't have any, so I just thought allspice would be a fine replacement for it. And we're gonna need 2 teaspoons of yeast go in there. I've got some vanilla and orange extract in there. That goes in the bowl too, along with 2 large eggs and 1 egg yolk. That goes in there too. Now we've got 4 tablespoons of butter at room temperature. It all goes in the bowl. Make sure your hands are clean. And the last thing you want to put in there, some grated orange peel. And now we mix. We're gonna mix this by hand because this is a cake and not bread. It's actually called an Easter bread wreath. This is bread. Even though it is yeasty, well, that's totally different than what I've been saying. You don't want to make a lot of gluten with this cake. You want it nice and light and fluffy. So mixing it by hand until it just comes together. It's a little elbow grease, but trust the process. The rewards will be amazing. So I've opted out of the spatula for the use of my hands. And if this bothers you, just wear some gloves. We all have gloves in the house nowadays anyway, right? So we're just gonna keep working this dough until it comes together and makes a nice, shiny, elastic dough. Well, I hope that looks about right. I've never made this recipe before, so it certainly smells good. It smells very citrusy and orangey. It's gonna be delicious. So we're going to put it now into a clean bowl that has been oiled on the up and down the sides. Turn that over. And we're just gonna let it rest here for hour, 2 hours, somewhere around there. I've let this dough rest for about 1.5 hours now. We're gonna pull it out of this bowl and we're going to knead it a little bit, not too much. Now you wanna break this up into 3 sections, about even. And you're gonna take each section and you're gonna roll these out to a nice long strip. Now you are going to put them onto a piece of parchment paper. What we're going to do now with this is we're going to make a nice braid out of this dough. Very gently braid your dough. And then form it into a circle as gently as you possibly can. Trying not to fight with your parchment paper. And then we slide it onto our pan. And we're gonna cover that and let it rest for an hour before baking. Okay, our bread has rested for an hour and it is ready to go into a 375-degree oven. You're gonna cook this bread wreath at 375 for 15 minutes. And then you are going to turn down, I turned it off. You're gonna turn it down to 350 and cook it for another 20 minutes. Our Easter bread wreath is now finished cooking. Look at that beautiful, beautiful loaf of bread. We're gonna let this cool for a little bit and we are going to decorate it. When my bread cake finally cooled, I went ahead and made a glaze for it, which consists of powdered sugar, some orange extract, and some milk until it's a nice creamy consistency and pourable. And then I sprinkled over the top of it some leftover king cake sugar that I had. And now we're gonna give this a try. Oh, it's really, really good. It is not bread, that's for sure. It is definitely like a dense cake, like a pound cake. Oh, that's amazing. It's very citrusy. It's full of orange flavor. Oh, it's just, that is amazingly delicious. And yes, that's gonna go really good with your coffee on Easter Sunday. So go ahead and go to the King Arthur Flour website and download this recipe for yourself. I'm not being paid by or sponsored by King Arthur Flour, but they have amazing recipes on their website. So I hope you enjoy this video. We'll see you again. Bye.